Nobody was ready for this. Not the fans, not the superstars, not even the people backstage. Because what just happened in WWE has officially changed everything for 2025 forever. And today, you're about to see the twist that turned the entire W universe upside down. But here's the real question. Was this twist planned? Or did WA improvise the biggest shock of the decade? The night began like every other episode leading into the new WWE year. A standard opening, superstar entrances, crowd chanting, nothing unusual. But backstage, people already felt something strange brewing. Producers were whispering. Camera operators were being repositioned. One extra lighting team was brought in last minute. It was the type of energy you only see before a major WWE shock. But fans at home had absolutely no idea. In the ring, the show flowed normally. Matches, promos, hype packages. Everything looked completely routine until the moment came when the lights suddenly dimmed. Not the usual dim, not the Undertaker-style stroke of darkness. Something tighter. Something cleaner. Something planned with purpose. The crowd went silent. People grabbed their phones. And everyone started shouting the same three words. What is happening? Because this wasn't the return they were expecting. This wasn't pyro. This wasn't a technical glitch. This was step one of WWE's biggest twist of 2025. Suddenly, a theme song hit. A theme song nobody thought would ever be heard in WE again. A theme WE had retired. A theme fans believed would never return. The first 3 seconds of that music sent shockwaves across the entire arena. Phones went up. The crowd stood. People screamed before they could even process it. But here's the real twist. It wasn't just the return of a superstar. It wasn't just a surprise entry. The superstar who stepped out from behind that curtain was someone who wasn't even under WWE contract 1 week ago. A superstar who had been done with WWE. Gone to Hollywood. Publicly stated they were moving on, but WE pulled off the impossible. They brought back a name that changes the entire direction of the company, and the fans? They completely lost their minds. Chants erupted instantly. Cameras shook. Security guards were trying to control the chaos, but the twist wasn't the return. It was what happened next, as the returning superstar walked toward the ring. The crowd expected a babyface moment, handshake, smile, heroic pose, but the superstar didn't smile, didn't clap hands, didn't even acknowledge the cheering fans. They walked straight into the ring, grabbed the mic, and delivered one of the coldest lines in WE history. You think you know me? The crowd gasped, the arena flipped from cheers to confusion, and then they turned. That returning superstar attacked a fan-favorite wrestler who had nothing to do with him. No build-up, no leaks, no rumors. One sudden attack. One shocking betrayal. One moment that shifted storylines across the entire WWE roster. But here's where it gets even crazier. This betrayal wasn't just a heel turn. It was part of a huge storyline twist WE had been hiding for months. Backstage sources later said that only 4 people in the entire company knew this moment was going to happen. Even some wrestlers were watching from the monitors with their jaws dropped. This wasn't just a return. This was WE rewriting the next 12 months of storytelling in one single moment. Just when fans thought the show couldn't get any crazier, the arena lights flickered again. This time, 3 mysterious hooded figures appeared on the ramp. No names. No music. No announcement. They walked straight to the ring, stood behind the returning superstar, and removed their hoods. The crowd exploded. These weren't newcomers. These were top-tier WWE stars who had been directionless for months. But tonight, everything changed, because the returning superstar grabbed the mic again and said, the WWE needed a reset. We are that reset. This moment confirmed it. A brand new faction was being born. Faction built on betrayal, dominance, and pure unpredictability. The wrestling world hasn't seen a faction debut this shocking since The Shield. Fans online went crazy. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Thousands of clips instantly spread. Everyone wanted to understand. Why this return? Why now? Why this combination of superstars? And we hadn't even reached the final twist yet. Just as the new faction stood tall, the crowd suddenly heard another theme. The general manager walked out. But this wasn't a normal GM announcement. GM wasn't smiling, wasn't calm, wasn't in control. He yelled into the mic. This wasn't supposed to happen. The arena froze. A GM breaking character is rare. GM admitting they've lost control is even rarer. He announced. The returning superstar wasn't scheduled. The faction wasn't approved. The attack wasn't authorized. The storyline flipped from scripted wrestling to pure chaos. Fans couldn't tell what was real and what wasn't. The GM threatened. Suspensions. Threatened to shut down the segment. Threatened to remove the superstar again. But the faction surrounded him. Backed him into a corner? And then the returning superstar said, WWE doesn't control us anymore. That line broke the internet instantly, because it blurred every line between storyline and reality. We haven't seen something this unpredictable since CM Punk's pipe bomb. And this is why this moment became the biggest twist of 2025. The GM tried to escape the ring, but the faction blocked him. The crowd was screaming. Commentators were shouting. Security started running out. But before anything could happen, the screen on the Titantron lit up. A mysterious message appeared. This is only the beginning. No logo. No voice. No name. Just one message. The screen glitched. The show abruptly cut to black. No outro. No explanation, just darkness. WE has never cut a show off like this, and that's how fans knew. This twist wasn't a one-night moment. This was the first chapter of something much bigger. 2025 had officially begun. And this is why nobody saw it coming. WE just shook the entire wrestling world and kicked off 2025 with the most unpredictable twist we've seen in years. But what happens next? Who joins this faction? Who fights back? Make sure you hit like if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe so you don't miss the next twist, and comment below. Who do you think they're targeting next? I'm reading every comment. See you in the next video.